Hey guys, check this out. This is my prayer spot on which pray every day, daily. Great views of the mountains. But it's a nook little spot to sit down and such. Now this is a spot that I made a prophecy video in 2018, and in that year I put a bowl here because I put bread out for the birds, and I put a bowl of water out for the birds. A heavy duty bowl. It wouldn't have blown away. It's a Pyrex station. Someone stole it. So I pronounced judgment on these Romans for taking away the water from my birds. Not that the water would be taken away from them. And in 2018, May, I made that prayer. And 2018 was one of the worst drought told of by farmers who are like in their 60s and 70s. It says the worst drought they've ever seen. And so, obviously God heard that prayer, that I took away the water, so I stopped the rain for them, the Romans, because one of their people took away the water of my birdies. And so that prayer was fulfilled. Whether you believe it or not, I'm just here telling the truth. Can't lie because it's breaking one of the commandments. Thou shalt not give false testimony. Now, interestingly, before this was even my prayer spot, this little sort of campfire was created here. I didn't create it. I've never used it. I've never actually been camping here, but it would be a good thing to camp. But look, now is someone's heart, someone's action. This is all real stuff. You know what I mean? The end of the age is real. God is real. People are real. The devil is real. You know, I know that. And obviously someone's heart spirit has broken down this fire pit in some sort of like rejection of, oh, don't want a fire on my mountain and whatever, where responsible people and common sense. But if our liberties and our common sense is taken away from us and we allow the powers to be to tell us how to think, how to act and everything else, then you get just a bunch of robots, which we're getting there now, society. So obviously someone's thought we're all fucking robots and we don't know how to have common sense. And obviously they've broken down this fire pit anyway. Now, interesting enough, just like the rain, water for the birds, someone took it away. I took away their rain in 2018, and actually water will flood the UK. The new sea level between 20 and 40 meters, even 20 meters, will flood out most of the populated areas of the UK, coast to coast, all inland as well. And 20 to 40 meters will actually flood them out. So the water that they rejected has become will become their desolation after the sixth seal. Well, the same's coming now. It's actually another one of the trumpet judgments. The fire that they have rejected, even the fire that they have rejected, is going to come upon them 1,000, 1,000,000-fold than it would have done here. One little fire, because trumpet number one, when obviously you're going to have desolation of the pole shift and the plates movement and the new sea level, but trumpet number one, you're going to have fiery hail raining out the sky. 1 to 8 pound meteorites raining from the sky. And what's left in whatever area? I believe that God is protecting me, Mosiah, and all the people and the saints who here at that time, the seal number 6, who flee into the mountains like I told them to. To survive their physical body so that we can spiritually and physically go through the end of the age. We're going to survive it, but for other places and other nations and even other parts of this nation, fire that they rejected is going to be coming down from heaven, as trumpet number 1 says when he blows on his first trumpet. Fiery hail, 1 to 8 pound meteorites, which is the outer tail of Nibiru, shall be raining down from the heavens, and a third part of the trees shall be burned up, and all green grass shall be burned up. So yeah, this is just like a sign of this nation, another chastisement which is coming upon them. Fiery hail, the fire that they rejected, just like the water that they rejected, will become their desolation. Hey, I've been Pastor Prophet Justin Roberts from End of the Age Bible Prophecy. God bless you all. Amen.
This thing is just a big, bright reddish-orange iron ball because it's giving off all this red iron oxide dust out into the atmosphere. When we thought at first it was just a teeny little red speck of fuzzy red dust in the distance, but over the years as it went by and we watched it, it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And then finally, about 2008, we could see this thing like it was across the street. And we could see that it was a blazing hot ball of fire giving out sparkles of red iron oxide dust for thousands of miles in every direction. And you could see the planet circulating it. Now, I'll tell you one thing that I really am nervous about. I think this thing's got a planet like ours circling it. This is its own solar system. We're about to have a solar system come through the middle of our solar system. This can't be pretty hot because it's sending all of this red iron oxide dust out into space around it.
Right.
And it's got this enormous, and I mean enormous, at least 50 or 100,000 miles on each side of it, this red dust cloud that goes all the way around it. I know when we were watching it, as it started to make the upward swing to approach behind our sun, it was amazing. The red dust cloud settled down. Instead of being round, it started to settle down into a V, like wings, upside down wings.
Right.
And I thought, boy, I wonder if that's where the ancient Sumerians got the idea this thing had wings, because, you know, centrifugal force is a funny thing. When it comes back up around the planet, when we see it in the sky, my guess is it's going to look like it's got wings because centrifugal force is going to be pulling the red iron oxide dust and particles out to one side, and then as it starts to climb out, and as soon as it flips us upside down, we're going to go into its debris field tail and be pelted with meteorites. And of course in the Bible it says they will talon 70 pounds. So if you've got 70-pound meteorites falling like hail, and I can guarantee you they will be falling like hail because there are that many in the tail of this thing. This thing has got a tail loaded with trash. I mean, it's incredible the amount of stuff that's in this thing's tail. And we're going to go right through that tail, and if it doesn't beat everything on the surface of the ground into a flat putty, I don't know what it'll take. I tell everybody, you better be at least 20, 30, 40, 50 feet on the ground and have either concrete or stone above you, because it'll break through the roof or whatever you... into the tail, you get into meteorites that go back for millions of miles in the tail. This thing looks like a giant red teardrop-shaped dust cloud, and you can see if you're able to see it up close like we did, you can see every speck out there. I guarantee you, there's trillions of meteorites following this thing.